Okay, now we're rolling. Are we rolling? Yes, we are. Hello, it is Danny Mac's Awful Podcast, brought to you by... What's his sponsor today?
Heinz Mayonnaise.
Heinz Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. Fuck. We did get it in there.
Not talking about that today.
Literally just talking.
We have now talked about family matters and the pronunciation of mayonnaise way too many times on this podcast. I have Dirty Dog Matthew Graham with me today. And I've also got Brendan Taylor, first time on the pod.
Woohoo.
Hey, Brendan.
He's here.
Hey, guys.
And the three of us together are the ire of white guys roughly our age because the commercials are ours, specifically mostly Brendan's. Yes.
I don't know about that.
I've been catching up.
You've had a good year.
Matt has had a good year.
If you want interchangeable bearded white man, then we're the guy.
That's us. What height?
We just
of
need Jason
man?
McKinnon here as well, and
Yeah.
that'll
I mean, for
Yeah.
many reasons, we need Jason McKinnon.
Yes,
here.
we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a free Tesla ride.
Who do you think books more, Tristan or you?
Well, it's funny because Tristan, he's very humble, or just like, I mean, he's humble, but he just doesn't post or ever talk about it.
Yeah.
To the point where I think it's just so normal for him.
Yeah.
He's just like, just works quite a lot.
Yeah.
But
I would confidently say I don't know. Well, I don't. It's because we only see each other in the room because we all audition for the same kind of things. So it's like, like every now and again they're just like casting goes out to anyone, and then you see people of all ages and races in the room auditioning for different stuff. But I mostly would just see you guys like 3 times a week, every week for the last like 10 years in audition rooms for commercials specifically. And my question to you is, how much money do you make?
when?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because when is a big question for it, because sometimes I don't see it.
What's like a bad year in the last? Actually, because even that's tough to. Because there's just like freak years that, like the writer's strike doesn't even count as a bad year because that's just like a freak year. And
then
the
also
actor strike.
there are just like natural, like it's kind of their. Are we allowed to talk about how this works? I don't know. It's kind of their prerogative to pay you when they want to use the thing that they made. Sadly, unfortunately, right? 'Cause
Yes,
it's like
that
if
is
someone is
true.
making something and they're like, we don't want to use this anymore, like, so we just don't have to pay them. So what?
That's a good point because we're in one coming up.
You guys are in a
Yes.
commercial coming up?
Yeah. So finally, was that the first one we did together?
That we were in the same
Like scene. Yeah.
the same. Like we've been in campaigns together, but not in the same scene.
Yeah. So it kind of what I was. Keep this closer. Kind of what
microphones work when you put them towards your face. It's directional.
upside down.
And audience, just let me know retroactively if this is way too inside baseball for literally any of you. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about, but yeah.
Yeah, like this one.
I promise we'll move on in like 2 minutes, but yeah, I do want to know.
Yeah, I mean, there's I like baseball.
Yeah, I like.
But the so we were in this one that we shot last summer, and my sort of like.
This isn't out yet? You guys shot this last summer?
So yeah, we shot it last summer in July, and like my sort of thing, I always try to talk to the. This might be kind of helpful. Like we try to at the end of the day talk to the director and agency and all the people that
When
there
do you
that
think
hired
this
you.
will air?
Yeah, you say like, so when can we catch this? When
Meaning, when do I get my fucking
exactly.
money? Yeah,
that is really.
I can't wait to share this with my mom.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
the exact date that I could invoice you? This is coming out?
And that's kind of, which is like, both are very legit and like, honestly, if you're dependent on it,
We
then
should
like,
be able to ask
kind of want to
that.
know. Yeah. And this one, that's it's looking forward to it. It's July, remember July at this point, and they're like, like we're looking at like early January. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. And then like early January rolls around, like ask my agent, like, any word on that? They're like, they decided to push it till August of this year.
So just let me chime in here. For those who don't know, these are non-union commercials. And one of the big differences is there is no law that dictates when you get paid, because they don't have to air the commercial at all, ever. And you don't get paid until the commercial goes on the air.
And only if you are recognizable for Wonderful Mississippi.
That's right.
That's
they can
another
edit you out and you don't get your money at all.
Yeah, I've been done dirty that way in a couple of them. Yeah. No, that
One of the many ways you've been done dirty.
yeah, one of them including for sure on camera. But
go on. Where were you? I don't remember.
But just that one was So we still hopefully we'll see it. In August.
But that 1 year buyout for usage turns into 2 years.
But then also becomes like they do like pay like a hold fee or whatever. But then it's also to hold your exclusivity. So like the thing hasn't come out yet, but you also still can't do anything that is in that same category.
I see. Well, unfortunately for you guys, the commercial they did was for Sam Bankman-Fried for Futures Exchange, and some things have changed since you did that commercial. So he's in jail, and you guys will probably not be getting paid for that. I just want to float that out to you.
Darn it!
Well, don't buy those Sea-Doos, gang. Do not buy those his and her Sea-Doos.
So singular, I could buy one.
You can buy a Sea-Doo.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of putting all my eggs in that basket. But
how about them Oilers? No, we're not going to talk about that. Stressful game. Oh, you worked with John Cena recently. We've been talking about John Cena on the old Potteroo lately. Matt, you haven't been here how long since you've been on?
3 years.
Oh.
No, it just feels like 3 seconds since you've been on the podcast. Yeah, that was cool. Commercial you did with John Cena.
Yeah, it's fun. I saw. Yeah, I said like, hey John.
You got a picture with him. Everyone made the "Where is John Cena" in the photo joke, and I was like, "I'm going to be the first one." 9 people have made that,
including my caption. Like, I'm going to get ahead of this.
People still didn't care. They're like, "No, I'm also doing the I can't see John Cena joke."
No. It was, and I also was like, "Hey, John, I think you should kind of win WrestleMania." And he's just like, I think it's a good idea.
I heard that he told the writers, some guy he worked with suggested, he's like, hey, what a crazy idea if I win WrestleMania.
Yeah,
so
and
he's the champ.
Yeah, he complied. He's like, for you? Sure. No.
Also, isn't he really old for wrestling? I mean, I guess there's no real age out.
No, I think he's younger than The Rock.
Is he?
I mean, Ric Flair wrestled like 3 years ago. Ric Flair is also...
He's got to be in his 80s.
Looks like a bowl of microwave pudding now.
That's right.
But yeah. And he's
super hot.
Chris Jericho's still wrestling. He's like, I think he's like 55, literally. So it just depends how good a shape you're in and what sort of like bumps you're willing to do. But
is John Cena in good shape?
John Cena is still like, he doesn't really have ring rust. Like, I know you're joking, but if you're asking, you son of a bitch, you take wrestling seriously, okay? Or I will edit you out of heel kick, I swear to God, 10 years later. But no, he's like, he might be my favorite like wrestler turned actor.
Yeah, he's
like, Batista's doing cool shit as well. Yeah.
I think he's in his like maybe late 40s or something. Yeah. But he's very fit and like still.
How tall is he? Because you're a tall boy.
Yeah, so I'm.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Let me guess. Okay, he's shorter than you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna guess he's 6'2".
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's about,
fuck yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. Money in the bank.
My drops aren't great today. I've got this one. This is a new one. Hold on. It's got dramatic pause in it.
Here we go.
Sit down. Cheese all through the bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
that one's pretty bad.
Yeah. Ka-ching.
Yeah. I got others.
I can't
Believe me, I've got other drops. You're gonna
I can't
love
wait to be
them.
horribly interrupted by one of those fucking things.
Oh, I got one. The second you tell something boring, I'm gonna.
Feel free.
I'm surprised you haven't used it already.
Yeah, I'm really gonna let it rip. Yeah. Let's go back into the minutia of non-union commercial payment schedules.
Exactly. Yeah. No, exactly.
Which is the thing that we are so actually interested in. The three, like, whenever the three of us are together, within 1 minute, we're just like, let's talk. What's going on?
It's not welcomed by the majority of people, and I understand why. If you haven't booked for a second and all you hear is someone like me be like, I don't get paid, like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you book.
I complained about not booking something, and I think the guy I was complaining to or complaining at was just like, he got just like, dude, that other thing that you booked the other month, that dumb commercial or whatever, he's like, I would kill if I would have booked that. And I was like, I should not complain to like other actors who are like working actors as well. And then he ended up booking the craziest thing that I am now deeply jealous of him for. So
I think it's a weird thing, because we like there's the sort of pressure or desire to maybe like promote the things that you're doing so that you can share what you're doing and people can see it, and like you want to see what your friends are doing too. But then there's also the side of like, are you showing too much? Are you trying to like, are you rubbing in people's faces? But even though you're all in the same industry, like it's a weird.
It's super weird, and there's real things to talk about, like when people ask you to cut your hair or your beard or something of that nature, where you're on hold for another job. Yeah, that's a real thing to consider. But I also understand if someone hasn't
No, sorry, I wasn't going to press.
It was about
So Matt thought I was. I'm just turning your mic
pause
up.
was because Danny was slowly reaching for the drop of the boring thing I was saying. But it's true in the fact that it's hard as a community to, when you're on a roll booking something, there's obviously going to be people who aren't, and then they're going to hold some resentment perhaps towards you. So it's harder to discuss the things that you should be discussing, like continuity, hair length, hairstyle, anything that is important for you getting more work in the future without to them sounding like, oh, he's complaining.
No.
But they're real problems. They're
When it's
real
the thing
payment
that
stuff, safety things on set.
Matt,
when
Mr.
it's just
Big
what you-
Shot here. Tell him.
Yeah.
This guy gets a haircut. The McDonald's Corporation, they lose money because this guy's got to be seen
They send a
eating
guy
nuggets.
to punch me in the face.
Yeah, they do.
It's
Ronald.
it's the Hamburglar. No,
Yeah.
I don't make enough money to have Ronald. Ooh,
yeah,
Mr.
he's already
McDonald.
a criminal. Actually,
Mr.
the
McDonald?
Hamburglar.
I don't think so.
Grimace just comes up and just thumps you.
Yeah, he's a taste bud. Did you guys know that?
He's a taste bud.
He's a
That's
taste
what
bud.
Grimace
I heard
is.
that.
Grimace is a taste bud. I thought he was a big tongue.
It's really weird.
That's also weird. He's purple.
He's a purple taste bud.
He's a purple
Your
taste
tongues aren't
bud.
purple? Weird for you.
Why is he like a soft triangle?
I don't know. I just feel like whoever invented all these characters are on some kind of drugs.
I feel like
Or a whole
they
lot
got
of
Grimace from like the Jim Henson like Creatures Lab, and
Yeah.
he's like, don't know what to do with this piece of shit. It's just a ball of felt.
Yeah.
Taste bud. He's a taste bud.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like, yeah.
He's a taste bud. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Get out of my office.
You guys got to
Also,
hear this.
bring me the taste bud guy.
You guys got to hear this breakdown for an audition I had. Matt, you already know this. I texted this to you, I think, the other day. But Brendan, listen to this character breakdown. I'm going to change just a couple things here.
Okay.
But you're never going to believe the twist. So I get an
Okay.
audition. He has a strained relationship with Bruce, who doesn't trust him and sees his ambitions as a threat. Bruce's dislike further isolates the character, making him feel even more alienated as he clings to his belief that he deserves something better. So you must be thinking, okay, I've got this crazy relationship with this character named Bruce, this very contentious, jealous, back and forth. We're sort of frenemies, right? Okay, so Bruce is a dog.
Oh.
So I'd like to read that again and remember that Bruce is a dog.
Okay.
He has a strained relationship with Bruce, who doesn't trust him and sees his ambitions as a threat. So now I'm thinking,
I thought you were talking about Alfred from Batman, and those Bruce Wayne,
well, maybe that is...
because that also kind of ties in.
Oh, Matt Reeves is gonna fucking be so pissed off.
Yeah.
that you
When you read it back as
cracked out on this
Alfred,
one.
it kind of works.
Yeah, he also has a strained relationship with Bruce, who he breastfed as a young man, and
Yeah.
isn't that the Batman origin
Yeah,
story?
that's exactly it.
Oh, that's how Joker became Joker, actually.
He
That makes sense.
breastfed Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
That's right. We are now spinning brutally into awful podcast territory already.
That's DC
and we're
canon,
only
so-
12 minutes in.
Yeah, nice. I
Well,
like
we
that.
should just end it now. How's
Yeah.
everyone's Coke Zero choices?
Well, I was going to do this. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, get it. Ooh, that was nice.
That was
Like
crisp.
That
I was
one
waiting.
hit.
We don't call 911 in Texas.
Yeah, that's I got that in Austin, which is the oh fuck yeah, slurp
You like
ASMR.
that?
Okay, I'm gonna do it
I
now.
was,
Mine was
feel
gross.
like-
Yours was really airy.
Mine was gross.
God,
yeah.
no, I'm nervous
like
to do it, but
so
I'm
many-
gonna.
All right,
yeah,
Matt.
go.
Matt's is the worst one.
How many people just turned this podcast on right now?
I don't think anyone turned it on to begin with. This is the problem.
Went down the wrong tube.
Yeah. My mom forever ago was like, "Hey, how do I listen to the podcast?" And I like told her how, and then she just radio silence for like 6 weeks after that. And I'm like, she listened for 10 minutes and decided to pretend it didn't exist.
Anyone you don't want to listen, just give a really complicated series of instructions, and they'll just like, you know what? Maybe I'll catch it someday.
Yeah. Do we know on our best year how many commercials we booked, Kings? Matt, you go first.
It was recent.
It was last year.
Last year was
Yeah.
12.
in a year.
One a month. It was insane for me.
Now, Brendan, don't be afraid of hurting Matt's feelings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be afraid of just destroying my.
Brendan right now is going 12. Huh, how quaint.
That was a fun week for me.
Yeah.
I was at lunch. I'm needed on set elsewhere.
Well, I mean, it was somewhere in the range of that, I would say, and maybe some other jobs. But I will say my record stretch was years ago. Around Christmas time, I booked 5 in 6 days.
Yeah,
That's
insane.
beautiful.
That one after the other, and then I almost got this 6th one that shot out of town. But then one of them went away because of a snow day, and it pushed it. I think you were even on that one.
Which one?
It was like a pizza one with like the I don't think I don't know, something happened with
I don't think I've done pizza.
no, maybe
think
not.
so.
I was like, I don't know. Anyways, like they
But
were
you
supposed to
basically
be,
were offered 6 in a week.
yes, it was supposed to be outside, and then it snowed, and then I couldn't make the push day, and then that one went away, or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, that was crazy that they all, like, because most of the time these all conflict, right? They just absolutely do not all line up, and these ones happen to do, and just to being on a different set every day, like pretty much for a week was
That must have
super
felt
weird.
so cool, like just so fun. Like, oh, I'm doing
Oh,
it.
I
I'm
just
acting now.
remember. I don't know
Yeah.
how your agent alerts you that you guys book commercials, but for me, it was always a text, and so the dopamine hit that I would get when I would see my agent is texting me at like 9 in the morning,
Yeah.
the day after I did a callback. I'm like, oh, I'm going to open a text, and there's going to be a dollar amount in that text message. Yeah, and it's
Do they-
and you get weirdly addicted to
Your
it.
agent just opens the text with the dollar amount.
No,
Just, like,
yeah, a
send
dollar
them.
amount, and then under that, it's like, this is what you will not be receiving. We are dropping you from the agency.
yeah, that's
This is
right.
how much you owe us for penalties.
This is
Yeah,
how much you
that's
could
right.
have earned the agency had you stayed. Unfortunately, from here on out, you're
It's all the different defamation lawsuits you've had.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
different
God, there are
agencies.
many.
Ugh.
And I'm not editing this out because I'm proud. I'm proud of every single one
You've
of them.
earned those.
Yeah,
I
you-
have. I've earned and burned.
you wear that.
What was yours?
What was the question?
It was your question.
What was it?
What's like how many you've booked? in a
4
year?
inches. Oh, I don't know actually. I just know that I had a really good tear in the year before I couldn't do non-union commercials anymore. Was pretty
Also, I
good.
want to commend you on really doing a good job at asking questions and then following up on them as an interviewer. I think that's very.
Well, it's not called Danny Mac's Good Podcast, but between the three of us, we have booked a lot of commercials. So I thought that I would ask you guys about commercials that you wouldn't do. So I wrote down a couple scenarios, and you have to tell me what the buyout amount would be for you to consider doing this commercial.
Got it.
Okay, so what is the average lowest buyout on a non-union commercial now? Is it 3,000?
I'd say around 3,000.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd say,
3,000 for like a 1-year buyout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, that's basically like a Canadian residual. They give you a lump sum of money instead of giving you a little bit every time the commercial airs. So sometimes it works out better, sometimes it doesn't.
And that buyout is for exclusivity as well. Just
That's
for
right.
clarity.
And nowadays it's also for internet use.
Yes,
which back in the
means
day,
forever.
Back in the day, it was not that. And then, can I tell a story real quick?
Please.
Of like the amount of
We got nothing.
we got nothing. Yeah, got it's supposed to be nothing but time, but like, we got nothing.
Yeah, no, we got nothing but nothing.
Yeah, no. There was a while there where they weren't really savvy about their like internet use, and so they just kind of it would be like in the clause of just sort of broad use internet. And for me, I'm like, well, okay, it's on there. Let me check their YouTube channel because like this commercial's long gone. I go and see, and I spent a couple times in a row where I'd spend a whole day just kind of perusing, looking at back projects that if they're there or not, and see if it's like buried in their YouTube channel. And I'm like, oh, what's on the internet?
Right.
And I send it to my agent, and they're like, "Yep, that's it." And then we send it to them, and they friggin' paid.
Hell yeah.
So I like at least 3 or 4 jobs where I just like these companies just like, whoops, like someone didn't like. I don't know how you don't like.
You probably
look at
made
that,
$20,000 from just being like,
just-
I'm going to check out their YouTube page. Yep, there I am.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And like a couple of them like fought. They're like, "Oh no, well we didn't actually. It's not actually." And then like, well, if we prorate it from like now until like, it's like
Yeah.
no, you guys are the ones writing the contracts. Like this is how this works.
Yeah.
you screwed up. You figure it out for next time, but right
Yeah.
now, this is what the contract says, and then we caught him. So it's like just like kind of free money just by me looking on YouTube and seeing that. And then they got wise to that, and now they put in the clause that it's like YouTube is like in perpetuity because it's like
Yeah.
it's their sort
Basically,
of like
it gets to
historical-
live on their own social platforms, is what they're saying now.
Yeah, which is not
I
great
don't know how I
because it's
feel
like-
about that.
Someone could still like be on the fence about buying a Coke, or I don't know, I shouldn't say a number, whatever. But it's like, but they're like,
Whatever, yeah.
They go and look on the page and like, oh, that's a funny ad. Like, you know, I could go for it right now, a Coke. You
Like,
know,
I guess-
that's how advertising works.
I guess in the
So, I don't
defense
know.
of these companies, like the equivalent of having like the ad that they used to do on their YouTube page would be like, I don't know, like having some of their, like if you were to visit, like let's say the Coca-Cola factory and
Yeah.
like old commercials are like airing there. It's like you have to go to where the company wants to show you this stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like Unless they're paying for, they're still paying to put that ad out there. That's different.
But it also used to not matter. It kind of like that.
Yeah.
It would be like pre-roll ads were kind of like whatever. No, now like the main way people see things is on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's where it's not only like just a side thing. It's like that's how people see it. So
It will be interesting how that changes coming up soon, though, because things do kind of ebb and flow, specifically with buyout rates and like. I can't remember. I think it was a first or second AD someone was talking to, and they were able to talk to a production company to get the minimums up higher. And it's just because nobody asked. There was a talent agent in town here that kind of spearheaded that, which got the rates up from like there were 1,500 for years for a year buyout.
Yeah.
Now up to 3 to 5 kind of thing.
But the thing with like, union commercials have like residuals based on like the markets and like the cable TV and like different things. And that all adds up when you get, that's where the residuals come from. But like, it's harder to track that on the internet, like how many clicks and how many times
near
you
next-
saw it,
near
which
next
is
to
why they
impossible.
do a buyout, but which is why they also get a really good deal.
Yeah.
Because someone could just be sitting there and having the page running the whole time. And
It's crazy how, with our work being on the internet, commercial actors can now never really escape the commercials they do because, like you guys just sort of alluded to,
it's
they're
there forever.
online, they're online forever, and now contractually, they're just going to be like, hey, that's on our YouTube page forever. But film and television actors, their work is just vanishing because of the internet.
It's insane.
Like, you can't watch Rise of the Pink Ladies online. Like, you
Nowhere.
have to maybe go to a Walmart that sells the Blu-ray. So it's like all that work is gone. But like, if you were in a fucking like, Huggies commercial when you were 12 years old or 12 months old. Well, if you were 12 years old, that would be really embarrassing. But like, that's
be an
everywhere
amazing
forever.
commercial.
Like,
That's
remember
what I
like growing up when you'd be like, hey, did you know Tom Cruise did, we're not just picking on Coke here, but like a Coke commercial, and like you would have to like go to like, I don't know, like you would just never see these again.
Yeah,
right?
to
Or
like
like Arnold
E-Bombs World or
Schwarzenegger
whatever,
did.
or-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Some Japanese commercial or whatever. And
for
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Well, there are like literal whole channels that are commercial archivists that collect them. That just press record on TV and just collect whatever ads are out there. And
Do you
they
think
just,
those
they
people
just
are available
categorize
for
it.
babysitting?
I think so.
That's cool.
They might have a lot of time. Might be the same people who are also like commenting and stuff. Like that's another topic to get into of like a word of advice: do not go on the YouTube channels of these products and look at the comments about you, because you will find some awful things that people say about you.
I one of the first commercials I did, because you're excited and then you go look at the comments,
Yeah,
right?
don't do that.
And
You shouldn't have done that.
I know, shouldn't have done that.
Nope.
And I was like shocked that I was not being mentioned anywhere in the comments. So I'm scrolling forever. And then there was a comment in Spanish, and someone I could tell was referencing me in it from my very limited Spanish, and they had said Paul Walker in it, and I was like, oh my god, they're saying that I'm like Paul Walker.
Yeah.
And then I unfortunately hit Google Translate on the comment, and they're like, what a shitty knockoff Paul Walker.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm like, you know what, I'm still taking this as a W.
Yeah, it's a surefire. It's like the classic thing is like you breeze past like the compliments of something, and then you just hone in on
Yeah.
like the.
But who
fucking
is going
insults.
on the internet to say something nice? You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
that's true.
it's
It is the internet.
just a
all the more
swamp.
reason you stay away from the
Yeah,
comment
stay
section
away from
because
the
like,
internet.
you will find something that is like, I had this happen, like we'll decide if I keep this in here, but like that I did this one.
Remember when I said I would edit out anything you wanted? I actually don't
It's
do
actually
that.
live
so-
upstream.
That's a
Yeah.
trap.
Yeah. No, but this one I did this. I shouldn't say what it was for, but I was like a laborer, let's say,
Okay.
who doesn't know how to use said product, and
Gotcha.
they ended up being like a lot of like on banner
Matt with
ads
a
and-
condom,
Yeah.
if you will. You can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
picture
Go
that.
ahead.
Oh, and you should.
If you could picture,
Yeah.
doing it and done. So yeah, no, this ad would end up on like as banner ads on computer. People were always like, "Oh my god, I'm seeing this ad all the time," and then including like every once in a while, like a sort of random person from my past or who I was on set on 15 years ago, and like, let's all be Facebook friends, and like those people that we don't talk to anymore will like will message you with like, oh, is this you or whatever, and like, oh yeah. But this one guy who's like an acquaintance, like didn't really know him, but like sent me a screenshot of me in this ad with the comment underneath. And like that was it. Like there was no like crazy. It was just like that was it. And it was like the screenshot of me in this like I don't know like laborer's
Uh-huh.
costume, and like the first comment was like, "Oh look, it's Gerard Butler in a fat suit."
Oh
like,
no!
Cool, man. Thanks. How am I
damn,
supposed
dude.
to take this? Like, are you like? It's not like, could you believe some people? It's like you just sent this to me. I didn't know this existed.
Like,
and
you
now
would-
you just
you
fucking
agree
sent
with
me
this,
like,
right?
Yeah,
You-
exactly. It's like this is pretty
Just
accurate.
like me with Paul Walker, just stop reading at Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
It's
not
Look,
like-
it's Gerard Butler.
It's not like, hey, cool, you're in a commercial. It's hey, like just here you go. Here's fuck your day up right here, and you just listen to this or watch this, and enjoy that. And it was just like, cool, man, that's great.
One of the reasons why I've been
shit.
working out a little bit recently is because when I was
You don't want to be Gerard Butler in a fan suit.
I would love nothing more.
Yeah,
I can sing bad Phantom of the Opera to be fantastic.
That's
no,
Russell Crowe.
is
It's
when
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, that's Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
No, it's not. You
Oh,
idiots.
that was Les Mis.
That's Les Mis.
Oh fuck! I was
think it's-
thinking Les
I'm pretty
Mis
sure it's-
instantly too.
How did
I
we
was
both
also
think the
thinking-
wrong
He
thing?
was the Phantom
Because-
in
Right.
Phantom of the Opera.
When you were saying Fat Gerard Butler, I was saying also known as Russell Crowe in my mind, and then I'm like, there's
Yeah.
no need to make fun of Russell Crowe, and then it just happened
He's had it
organically.
enough.
Also, can we have a moment for Russell Crowe singing in Les Mis? That was weird.
Amazing.
Anyone want to do an impression of Russell Crowe singing in
Yes,
Les Mis?
I will.
Go off.
So speaking of cutting things from
Thank you.
That's money in the bank, right
Money
there.
in the Bank.
This has been the Danny Mac Money in the Bank moment. Several reels will be made of just Brendan doing that one part.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Go watch the movie and tell me I'm wrong.
You're bigger than me. I'll never tell
I'm
you.
too alpha to watch musicals, but I'm sure it was a delight for you fellas.
Yeah. The listener will go in.
Anyway, back to my bit. Oh wait, Matt, did you have?
No, it's fine.
Okay, it's
that
not
story
good.
was going nowhere.
Great, perfect.
My impression just totally rocked.
It
your
derailed
story.
it.
Yeah.
I used to look like Hillary Swank in Boys Don't Cry.
Used to?
Yeah.
All right. Here's some commercial scenarios. I want to know what the lowest buyout you would
right.
realistically consider doing these
Podcast.
commercials for.
Forgot.
Got it.
Okay. All right. 1 year buyout, North America. It's Cialis for millennials. What's the amount that you would do that for? So it's like a classic, like, you know, these ones, you know, it's like vignettes of you doing stuff with your date, but it's like, you know, Cialis, not just for olds anymore, even though millennials are old now.
Pharmas tend to pay a little bit more, which is nice, but also there's no exclusive. Well, they don't always have exclusivity, but maybe on like dick pills of some kind.
Also, no shame in dick pills. I'm just saying, we're not shaming anyone who's listening to this.
No.
Chris, we're not shaming anyone.
Yeah.
That's who uses dick pills.
Yeah, but it's so like because there's so many pharma. If anyone's watched TV lately, every second commercial is a pharma ad.
It's that
so
or
you can't
betting on
just be-
sports.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
It's like the two things.
Yeah.
So
Is your dick stiff from seeing if the Broncos are going to go all the way?
Yeah.
Then you might not need Cialis
I mean,
for
I've-
millennials.
For millennials.
yeah.
well, considering I've done several erection related
Have you?
products. Yes.
Oh, so we already maybe know what the lowest number you would accept
Yeah,
is.
I don't. Pretty low, apparently. If I've been in this many.
So we're saying what, 4K?
I would want a little.
Stop
bit more
looking
than
at me. You answer your own question.
I'm not looking at you.
We all have to answer.
I feel like I would, because it is pharma and pharma typically does pay more. I feel like diabetes ads pay pretty high. I would want somewhere in the double digits is what I would want.
You'd want
Yes.
at least 10K.
Well, that's
But
what I
I would
want
do
for
it,
all
but
of
I
these.
would- that's-
all
yeah,
of these
That's
answers.
not the question. It's
I would-
what's the lowest amount you would be the face of millennial erectile
that
dysfunction.
one doesn't bother me at all. I'd say,
yeah, that's
I
fine.
Would, I would go
No.
as low as 3 to
Trust
5.
me, they're going to get worse.
Yeah,
so.
I would like.
3. So 3.
Yeah.
You do it for 3.
Well, I
like-
said 3 to 5, so let's say 4.
Okay, 4.
Well, is it like you just? Is it just my face with millennial erectile dysfunction, like as
Yes.
written underneath?
Oh, that's a little
Yes.
bit. Well, no, still 3.
Because usually there's like a little storyline to it. And
There
like, we
is.
can
There would
relate
be
to them.
voiceover, but it would essentially be alluding to the same.
But if it's like bus ads with my face and erectile
No print.
dysfunction, like
No print.
underneath, okay. Because these are.
you would be the new.
Are we negotiating?
But
the
you
real
want
thing?
10K minimum.
I would. That would be. I'm going to probably say a minimum of that for everything. I'm just not going to get it. So that's my
Okay.
dream scenario.
So, lowest amount. Matt says 4.
I say
Brendan?
4
I would do that for 7.
for 7.
Yeah, 7.
See,
I was
I-
like 6 or 7. I would be sure.
Because then I could also have fun with it on my socials and be like,
Oh, yeah.
But-
you know,
you
but
could show your dick and be great.
but you might. But if
On
the
your
commercial
socials.
blows up, if it's
Yeah.
one of those,
Like,
I eat
yeah.
too many chocolate
That's what I'm about
bars.
to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know which commercial is going to become. Yeah. What do you mean, Bark's ass bite? And people remember that forever.
Oh, it's the best. Nick Swartzen.
Okay, I got another one for you. A gas medication commercial that includes super zooms on your face and your butt when you suddenly have to take a hot, salty dump. Okay. So we all these are most gas medication commercials. Honestly,
I think I'm an 8. I'm an 8 on that.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. So more than millennial erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, because that happens all the time. Actually, what's really crazy about that, because of the accessibility to pornography, that there is now an epidemic of younger men. Farting all the way home.
Oh
no, of having erectile dysfunction.
We're back on dick pills.
It's going way higher. So because that's such a relatable thing that's actually happening right now.
Yeah. Well, they can't come without someone yelling "stepbrother" into their ear now. So and their girlfriends don't want to do that. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
I'm saying 8 for if it's not funny. If it's funny, then 5.
It's gonna be kitsch.
I'd say 8.
Okay, 8. Brendan,
I would.
There will be like, boom,
yeah.
That's hilarious. 5.
Yeah,
okay, 5.
Funny.
Great.
Sure.
I mean,
gas commercials aren't serious though. Like they're never like, "Are you suffering from the runs?" Like it's always like, "No, I gotta find a bathroom."
Do I get to improv in this gas one, or is it just my face?
No, you have no creative control.
No creative control except for the zoom.
Super zooms on your butt and your face when diarrhea strikes.
Is it a split screen or is it one after the other? That's important.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's up to the editors,
right?
Who will never.
I guess I wouldn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the 8 territory.
Okay.
I think regardless, even if it's funny, I might want a little more.
In this case, there's actually an answer. For me, and the answer is $4,000 because I did a Gas X commercial with super zooms on my face and butt when I had to have diarrhea. So
you know what?
Unfortunately, that is the
super zooms on
there. The classic like, Danny, and my eyes go big.
Danny, you should ask for 8. I
should have asked for 8.
Should have asked for 8.
Okay, next. This one is kind of a commercial. Okay. Andrew Tate has a series of videos on how to tame women and make yourself irresistible to them. Sorry, Brendan was drinking when I read that. You are giving a talking head testimonial of how great it works. What's the lowest amount you would do?
Can you repeat that? I'm dying over
Yes, once again. Andrew Tate has a series of videos on how to tame women and make yourself irresistible to them. And you are giving a talking head testimonial of how great his system works.
Man.
Internet only. Internet only.
That guy sucks so bad.
I know.
He sucks very.
Fuck.
And not only does he suck, it's not like I took his MMA class and I can rear naked choke a motherfucker in a heartbeat. It's like, women are under my thumb. Rolling Stones, baby.
Being arrested and charged for things as well. It's
Now again, with all these, you can like do an Instagram reel saying like, by the way, this guy's a jackass. I did his commercial, but it's probably not going to get the reach that the Andrew Tate how to neg women's system is gonna catch more fire.
Is this your Maytag man moment kind of thing? Like this is what you'll be this is the new flow from Progressive.
This is my A&W guy.
Fuck, it would have to be. Oh my god.
I mean, I would say I've done things that I haven't.
You can also say no.
Well,
that was never an option from the beginning. You have to give a number.
Well, if the lowest amount is $10 billion,
I still don't know if I would want. It would just. It just makes me queasy thinking about it.
Fair enough.
No, but I remember I have done things where I've kind of been hoodwinked into like what this thing is actually for.
Really?
Yes. It was like a political party one.
I was gonna.
I didn't know that I did one of those, and like I found literally it all happened so fast, and they're like, "Can you shave?" I'm like, I guess, and then I shaved for the set. It didn't pay very well, and it was for.
Is that the one where you're French kissing JD Vance for 1 minute straight?
That was the one.
That was tastefully done.
Brendan played the couch.
And it was I play a good couch. Yeah. No, it was a Canadian election thing. Funny enough, election day. Do we need a time? It doesn't matter.
No.
But it was and it was for some like Ontario election when it was just like I feel very gross about this. And no one has told me about this. And there've been a few things like that with like political parties and like oil and gas companies and pipelines and stuff like that.
I've regretted a few, like I think the dairy industry ones, after a couple things, not even just out of veganism, just because I am a whiny bitch. That's the only reason why. But so is there a number for the lowest for Andrew Tate thing?
For me, that's the thing. If I know going into it, why I say that is if I'm going into that I'm
1 year,
Canada.
internet only, and then best efforts, it'll be off the internet. For me, honestly, I'm going to
it's
say
a
like
no.
$85,000.
Yeah, it would have to be something crazy like
it would have
that.
to be really like I can
Yeah.
like maybe buy a house or like do something.
Yeah.
Like that's the absolute lowest, like pretty close to.
was
100K.
Like if you're gonna sell it, if you're gonna sell that morality, it's got to be for.
But again,
pride.
I go straight on the internet after and mock him incessantly and say
But that
like,
might
I am
also be-
donating some of this money.
What's
I'm
in the
using
contract,
some of this. Yeah, maybe you're not able to do that. So
I would-
maybe this is like a no-go
I
type.
think.
I would just pass it off to Matt. You can have it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you can have that one.
We'll give that one to McKinnon.
Yeah.
we'll give that one to Tristan, actually. Yeah.
Oh,
Tristan
my
looks
God.
like if Andrew Tate was like handsome and had his shit together, right? Right.
Whoa.
Like if you're like drunk and you squint at Andrew Tate, you'd be like, is he kind of like a no?
Oh,
Okay, next.
man.
This one is a episode of a TV show. It's not a commercial. Have you guys heard of the TLC show called My Strange Addiction?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Balloons.
so-
the balloons guy.
TLC episodes of My Strange Addiction, I hate to break it to people, are fake.
What?
They're
No, they're not.
they're
You
fake.
son of a bitch.
Reddit says that they're fake. So this
Really?
may-
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
So
the internet says.
what's the lowest amount? You do a TLC episode of My Strange Addiction where you're addicted to wearing adult diapers and you have to use your real name. The episode will follow you for a week of your life as you gleefully pee and poo yourself, hinting that it sexually arouses you when you do it. Keep in
Honestly?
mind, all of these go viral on TikTok. All of these get clipped on the internet and live there forever. And most people do not think that they are fake at all.
How much would I have to pay them to do that?
Yeah.
So Matt would pay eight grand.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going the opposite direction.
If they can find diapers that fit me, let's go.
Okay. So we're surprisingly low answer on this one.
Well, but the thing is, I've done something. I've done kind of semi-reality show. There was a certain medical show years ago.
Oh,
that
we've
I
talked
believe-
so much
Oh, really? Okay.
about stories of the ER.
Yeah.
Or the sex version of it or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that you're talking about that.
I wasn't talking about that at all. That's that
Moving
was an experience. Let's move on.
Next scenario. An Alcoholics Anonymous style PSA ad showing the benefits of group therapy for people addicted to masturbating in public. It's an SOC role. We would see you address a group in slow motion and receive your 1 year public jack off sobriety chip. So it's like
So, being a PSA, it's already non-paying.
it's I mean well
is it?
Oh my god.
the government has paid this production company to do it. So you are getting paid.
Okay.
SOC, it's taken very seriously. There's like that nice piano music and a voiceover. And it's like, you have trouble controlling your urges. You didn't want to be born this way.
Now, first of all, that probably is a real affliction that
it
some people do
absolutely
suffer from.
is a real affliction.
And I couldn't imagine what that would be like truly to have that impulse.
Like
That's
not-
the only way you had like you're compulsed to do it.
Not sex addiction, like just like masturbation addiction. Is that what we're talking about?
Masturbating in
in
public.
public.
Yes.
Ooh.
Not a sex addiction.
No.
But, yeah.
That's prime for getting you like distanced from schools and stuff like that.
That is, yeah.
feel.
Yeah. Hopefully you're
Yeah.
not doing
The
that.
PSA or the act. Of,
I think but it could be both. Why
be.
not both?
This PSA does not assume that you're jacking it near playgrounds. It just
Okay.
assumes you're jacking it like normal
Yeah,
places, like a
Brendan.
bus
I see, right.
or a Burger
Right.
King drive-through
yeah,
or something.
let it
Right.
go, Brendan.
Right.
Stop bringing up
that's a
about
real
in front of
specific
elementary
example
schools.
there, Danny. Burger King drive-through. but
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah. Okay.
My probation
Understand.
officer better not be listening.
Yeah.
I feel like for something like that where it could be a real affliction and it's a commercial and I already have this body of work behind me, I'm not so concerned about that one. That would be.
Are you kidding me? You're not concerned about being the face of public
But you
masturbation?
didn't say. You said being in it as an SOC, being the face of public masturbation. That's a different story.
Okay, but it's like this commercial focuses on like this one guy getting his 1 year sobriety chip. So you're pretty much like,
And it's meant to be like realsy, real.
yeah, it
Yeah,
takes it
then
as
maybe
seriously
not.
as it's
I
like
probably-
an Alcoholics Anonymous commercial.
Well,
Here's the thing, because like
hard.
If it's
the
anonymous,
people-
then that shouldn't exist.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, my name is Matthew Graham, and damn it, fuck. Yeah.
I'm here to
using it-
receive my shit. I
Yeah.
can't talk about this. Yeah.
That's tricky. I don't know if like.
Well,
I'm going up to like $90,000 on this
because I
one.
remember going out for some PSA type things that had to do with some, I don't know, like sexual predator things, just like things like that. I just like I don't want
Yeah,
like
no, I don't
You don't
any
need to
kind
smoke.
of amount. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to be anywhere near that.
$400,000.
Okay, we've got a number. I'm going to go $401,000,
he's better.
Bob. That's my number.
He's a better human than I am.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Wow, $400K. That's it. Jesus Christ, man.
Should have gone
bargain.
401.
Yeah.
God damn.
No, yeah.
Should we do our top 5 nepo babies? Do we have our list?
yeah.
Ooh, let's
Yeah,
do it.
I wrote. Can I ask about
Yeah.
this? How do we define nepo baby?
So a nepo baby is
So go ahead and press the button.
this is for
Oh,
that's
okay.
just when we eventually
Okay.
do our.
All right.
I think a nepo baby is someone who, the way that I define it is, their parents are or were more famous than them, and it is clear that they use some advantages from their parents to get ahead.
That's it. I didn't see it as their parents were more famous.
That's
but
okay.
they- But they used it like they're already in the system. Like their parents are in the system.
That's fair too.
See,
There's
was
no
seeing
wrong
it as-
answers here.
But I was thinking
we're
is
all
that-
scum and poor and losers.
that
So
they
it's
not
fine.
necessarily
true.
parents, but I've also seen like definitions where like it's like just family,
Yeah.
or even like siblings.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
where
yeah,
like one,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then like because of their fame, like this other person.
I just think if you can realistically, if
but it
the
narrows the
ideal-
list of like what
Yeah.
who we're maybe thinking about.
Yeah.
Also.
Well, anyway, these are our personal lists of nepo babies who can hang. Who
And
we
like,
would
who-
not. We wouldn't be like, you're a nepo baby. We're like, hey, you've earned
Yeah.
you're an icon all by yourself,
And-
even though you may have had.
I also no you.
Minor ones that
Yeah.
I haven't heard complain about how hard it was for them.
Yeah, they love that.
Fucking can't stand
The
that
nepo
shit.
baby urge to tell us how hard
Well,
they
I had to work hard too. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Matt's already
No, you fucking didn't.
super pissed. This is the
So
most
angry.
contentious.
Because I have a little confession to make.
Okay. I
Based-
knew it. Your last name is Spielberg.
That's it. You got me. I, depending on the definition, am a nepo baby.
How so?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so both my mother and my uncle were in the film industry, but in the art department and the grip department, respectively.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if like
So
that.
you're your
collect
own
your
number
things
one. is
and
what
yeah,
you're
get the
saying.
so
fuck
I'm
out
out
of
of here. So I'm gonna go out.
No,
now.
that's fine. So
No,
you're,
but I
you're
mean-
my number one nepo baby then.
Thank you.
You and Chris Wozniacki's dad.
Yes,
And I still
that's
don't know
right.
to say
Yeah.
Chris's last name
No,
properly. Chris
I think that was
Watson's
pretty
dad.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's sort of why I asked, because it's like I like did that. I don't know. Did that help with the acting? I don't know, but I was
Yeah.
around it at a very early age.
Yeah.
And
To me, that's
maybe
almost
that
no
kind
different
of-
than your parents being like, take drama in school. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's like
Yeah.
someone suggesting that you goof off. So I
Yeah.
think that that's okay.
But it was weird because I almost felt a little more removed from the. Even though I was always kind of into acting, I was a little removed from the acting because we worked on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So the acting part seemed.
And you did
almost
set
further.
deck for a while.
Yeah, and then I did set deck as a whole career, basically before acting, because of her.
Right.
Getting into that, and then I sort of I was like, I don't want to be doing this forever.
Yeah.
And then I started audition, and then like about 10-ish years ago, I just kind of didn't have to take those calls, and then
Yeah.
do
no,
that. But
no,
it was like,
no. You're not a nepo baby.
but yeah, but I mean, I was like in it, and I have a lot of experience like in and around that, and
Yeah.
fun. Can I say a first job?
Sure.
I was like 15, and I was doing a commercial for Waffle Crisp. That's
Don't
a
even
real
know what that
commercial.
is.
And it was like little when you can
Is it
make
a
like
cereal?
it's a cereal.
Oh.
Yeah, and with like little sugary waffly things.
Maybe I
that
do know what
But
that
it was
is.
like kind of short lived, and it was a spoof on the first Mission Impossible, where like the whole like sweat drop thing, where he's in
Right.
the thing and he drops the knife and he catches the drop of sweat before he sets off the alarm kind of thing. And it was like a kid dropping down to a big vault of stacks of Waffle Crisp boxes, and there's a granny that walks into the desk in the middle of the room, and then she's doing something, and he grabs a box, and a piece of cereal drops out of the box and like lands near her heel, and like she's supposed to be the raindrop or the sweat drop or whatever, and then he like repels up and goes away. And this was like this was obviously the spoof thing, but they shot it all in film back then. It was like this like big giant sort of piece of cereal that's like 4 by 4 inches, but to do the slow-mo 60 frames thing of it dropping, but they needed a foot to scale in the background of the granny
Okay.
to be bigger. So at the time I had size 12 feet, and they made shoes
What do you mean
overnight.
at the time?
And because
He's up to 23 now.
They keep growing.
He has gigantism. He will be dead within 6 months.
It's a tumor pressing against a certain part of my brain. But I had like stockings and a dress and these shoes, and I just had stood there, and I was like 15 years old, and they just dropped this piece of cereal in front of the lens, and they gave me $250. And that
Your
was
first acting job was a foot model.
Foot model.
There we go.
That's great.
Okay.
That was really actually first job was Woodward's. I'm fucking dating myself now. But
Woodward's.
I was the department store in Vancouver.
Yeah.
I was 5 or 6 years old, and I had to jump into the arms of my TV dad, and I was terrified, and they bribed me by putting a little Smarties, like Halloween size thing, in the freezer, and that was the only way I'd get up there, and I just cried the whole time, and they're like, don't bring this kid back ever again, and I didn't for many years. And
That's why Shia LaBeouf is so messed up. They make kids like that do stuff like that when they're on the side. Top 5 Nepo babies.
Okay,
Number
Jesus.
1 will be our favorite. Who wants to go first? Hold on. Top 5 Nepo babies that we like a lot. Brendan Taylor, you're up first. Who do we got?
Easy. The GOAT. Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yes, he's a Coppola. Is
He's a
that right?
Coppola.
Yeah.
His uncle is a Coppola, and his Cage name is not really Cage, because I think he wanted to make his own way.
Yeah.
Because Nick Cage sounds pretty badass.
Take notes, Sophia. No, she's awesome. All right, top 5.
Is this we're going from 5 down? Or?
Yeah, number 1's your fave.
Got it.
Shit.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Did you go backwards?
I don't know.
It's okay. You're second. Number 2 is always the best. Letterman
I'm not
style.
good with math.
That's
at
true.
all.
Top 5 nipple babies. Matt Graham, who you got?
Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones, Quincy Jones's
Quincy
daughter.
Jones's daughter.
Oh, that's a good one. Love Rashida Jones.
She's great.
Yep.
Top 5 nipple babies. I have got Ben Stiller for my number
Good
5.
one. He was on my list.
Ben
He
Stiller.
was, I like him.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've got honorable mentions too, which we can
do
do
too.
after.
I didn't do that.
Top 5 nipple babies. We are on number 4. Matt Graham. Let's hear your number 4.
All the Wayne's kids, special mention, Marlon.
Marlon is your favorite
Jesus,
Wayne.
you guys are taking my
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We can have the same thing.
No,
Okay.
Well, do you have a favorite Wayne's?
I do have a different. Mine was going to be Damon Wayans Jr.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Because I worked with him on Love Guaranteed, a Netflix movie, and he's a super funny guy. And,
No one with Keenan Ivory? No one's going KI?
Moving on.
I didn't. Yeah, we're moving on.
My number 4. I got Colin Hanks.
Ooh.
good.
I loves me some Colin Hanks.
Yeah.
Not a Chet guy.
You
huh?
know what? I wonder if Chet has his own Netflix show now, and I wonder if Colin's like, what the fuck do I have to fucking do?
Yeah,
Are you fucking kidding me?
Chad Hanks.
Yeah.
He's got to learn that Jamaican accent.
He
man.
does, yeah. He doesn't have it down yet.
Yeah. That's
All right, we're going to number 3. Top 5 Nepo babies. I'm going to give you my number 3 right now. It is Josh Brolin, folks.
Yeah.
Josh
That was right
Brolin.
in.
Did you have a Josh Brolin?
I'll go later. Don't worry about it.
I'm
It's fine.
sorry.
It's fine. I
like that we're having some double ups.
Oh, yeah,
I like it too. I
there's
think we're
definitely-
all.
there's
we're,
definitely
but
some
we're,
double
we
ups.
clearly have the right list.
Yeah,
if we're all
correct.
saying the
I
right
think so.
thing.
Yeah.
because Josh Brolin is king.
I
He's
feel
fucking
foolish
funny.
for not thinking of Rashida
Goonies.
Jones.
For Goonies.
Matt, top 5 Nepo babies. What is your number 3?
Dan Levy.
Dan
Yes.
Levy.
Yeah, good one.
Honorable mention on mine.
Yeah.
Funny,
I guess
funny man.
he works
Yeah.
so good with those big dumb eyebrows.
Yeah. They're all in the family. Bringing more corn back from the previous episode. Brendan, do you have
like that.
2 left now?
I have got a
Because we've heard repeats.
we've
on you.
we've heard repeats, but I have a couple.
We're gonna let Brendan go. Top 5 Nepo babies. Number 2. Brendan, kick off our number 2.
I say Maya Hawke.
Maya Hawke.
Yeah.
Really? Already?
She's doing good.
Actually, how many-
Stranger Things? And,
Oh, yeah. She has been working a long time
and
now.
Yeah, she looks like an exact
It is
combination
crazy.
of her parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan and Uma.
She
She's
kind of
like-
started the conversation of Nepo babies
Yes.
a little bit too, didn't
That
she?
too, yeah. But she seems like I think she's actually really good, and she's like making a way.
Her
for
dad is so like freakishly passionate about
Yeah.
film and acting.
He's also
that it's
really
like,
cool, and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like Ethan Hawke too. And it's like she's got to be cool if he's cool.
Yeah, there's no way she sucks.
No, I don't
Those
think so.
those people seem pretty awesome. Number 2 in our top 5 list of Nepo babies. Matt, who do you got?
Number 2 is my Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
number 2 for me.
Is number 2 for you.
Nice. Well,
But I did hear him complain a little bit one time. But I think he had a bit of a tough go. But it's also just hard when he has memories of his dad and like Marlon Brando being at the house.
Yeah.
And like
His dad kind of sucked from what like stories he used to tell. There's a great story he told on Conan once. You guys should look it up. Of the first and only time that he did a name drop of "Do you know who my father is?" And he said that to some kid on the bus who was bullying him. And as soon as he said that, the bully beat the shit out of him. Which
as it happens.
bring back bullying.
Rightfully
Yeah.
deserved.
Who wants to go for their number one?
All right.
Brendan Taylor,
Sure,
your
I'll-
number one all-time favorite Nepo baby. Even though it's probably Nick Cage, but who else do we got?
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
I've got all the Skarsgårds in my
Did you-
honorable mentions.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
good. Bill, also. Well,
Georgie.
sorry, I just dropped this name here on the ground. It was I met him when he did Hemlock Grove.
Nothing stopping John Cena for me,
yeah.
so you can drop every name
No,
in
it's
the
funny.
book. Yeah.
I had lunch with a buddy and him. They were on the show in Netflix, and I was like, it seemed pretty cool. But like, just to see his fucking career go,
Yeah,
insane,
yeah.
be the clown.
That is a
and it
talented
and, like, all
family.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Really talented.
They're and apparently in is it Sweden?
Sweden.
Is that from? Yeah,
They're from Sweden.
They are like royalty there. They're just like
Yeah.
royalty
very
and
highly-
Sweden.
and I
King
think-
Skellen.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Our top 5 favorite Nepo babies. Matt, who's your number one?
Go.
I'm the same as Brennan, the GOAT, Nick Cage.
Nicholas Cage.
I did
number
my
one,
I did
folks.
my list in reverse. He was my
Idiot.
son of a bitch.
That's okay. Give us some variety. Top 5 Nepo babies. My number one all-time pick favorite Nepo baby is, by far, not even close, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. She can hang forever, my friends.
She's so good.
Yeah, she is. Especially with comedic actors, you can't fake funny.
No.
You can fake drama, and you
She's
can get in
legit.
those movies where you get teary-eyed. But she is so
just-
preposterously fucking funny.
She just kills like even like the bits she does. at
Dude, I just
award
rewatched
shows.
Arrested
Just-
Development, and I'm like, she's like, in her episodes, like the funniest one in those episodes. That's all killers. Veep is just bonkers, insane, hilarious line
Yeah.
delivery.
Oh, yeah.
And Seinfeld, obviously, is like just iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
that's a good one.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I've got.
I've got a couple.
Oh wait, I didn't do one of mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I missed my number 2.
Oh,
My number 2 is Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, good. Very good.
Yeah,
Nice.
my number 2 is Miley Cyrus. I think she's just like just fully as a musician alone. Just
Yes.
absurdly. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Yeah.
I was gonna say honorable mention the Gyllenhaals.
What?
Oh right,
They are Nepo. They're,
Playwrights, right?
Their father was a director, and their mother was like also a director, and like,
yeah.
but also to themselves. maybe.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. That's right. The
She
sibling.
came first, though, didn't she?
I usually do.
Moving on.
I don't have the other sound effects this week. I've got Jamie
that?
Lee Curtis.
You
is,
didn't expect that.
I
think he did.
never do with you.
He was blown
No.
away. Jamie Lee Curtis, Bill, and Alex Skarsgård. The only athlete I have on my list is Steph Curry. But
Yep.
athletes, just like comedic actors, like you got it or you
gotta
don't.
earn
It's
it. You
obvious.
gotta
So
earn
it's
it.
like he's not really. He's a nepo baby in the sense that like his dad could probably be like, come to the court and you can shoot baskets for 20 hours straight
Yes.
or whatever, and I'll tell you what you're doing wrong. But like he's the best.
I got a good one. 90s crush, Liv Tyler.
Oh, Liv Tyler, that is a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, in the 90s, like the music videos. And all
Ooh,
that
I
kind of
actually
stuff.
do have an honorable mention. Carrie Fisher.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And like,
Good
but
one.
that's like a trifecta because her daughter is also
Her daughter was in. I just saw her in the last Showgirl, and she's great in that. I've also got. I can't believe no one mentioned him. I thought he would be on all our lists, so that's why I put him in honorable mentions. But Robert Downey Jr.
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah,
That's another good one.
I'm not gonna lie. I was also looking for people that I couldn't really remember or think of who were nepo babies. And also,
like I didn't put George Clooney down because like his
Yeah.
dad's career never had any effect on me or anyone I know.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But there
Yeah.
are so many nepo babies that I fucking can't stand. But I'm
That's next week's top 5.
But the thing is,
Worst
that's
Nepo
why I didn't want to
babies.
do it because for some of them, I am one Kevin Bacon away from them.
Oh, you will work with.
They're going to come
yeah,
after you.
and so
for
I
sure.
and like I don't want to talk about them as people. I don't know them personally
Because they're not people to you.
They're also
They're not.
really powerful. They can come after you. And
Oh
they will.
yeah.
Like they have a lot of leg strength.
Yep.
Powerful.
Powerful.
But because I know people who like these people, but just generally as Nepo babies, I can't fucking stand them.
Oh, my last one is Hannah Einbinder
Yep.
from Hacks. I had no idea that she was a Nepo baby, but
What was that last
I
name
love her.
again?
I found that out
Huh?
too. Yeah.
What was that last name?
You don't know her last name?
No.
Einbinder?
Einbinder?
Yeah.
I have no.
Are you making fun of Hannah Einbinder right now?
Yeah.
Hannah,
You
get
know,
his ass.
you know she listens to this, right?
Yeah.
I,
That's
Brendan
at
Taylor,
Mactor.
am making fun of Hindbinder.
That's not nice. At
Hacks
all.
is great.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Ron
That's a tough
Howard's daughter.
Yeah.
Speaking of Arrested Development. Yeah.
Also very funny. She
Yeah.
can
No,
cry on cue. Have you seen that clip of
Yes,
her crying
it's
on
insane.
cue on
Yeah.
Conan? Conan? Amazing.
So can I. All I have to do is think of her crying on Conan. It's the saddest memory I have in my mind, and the tears just
Well, they are
started
sad.
pouring. They
Yeah.
started pouring. Who else did I have honorable mention?
You starting a porn?
No one else. Is that what it sounded like?
That's what.
Because that's what I
sounded
meant.
like you said.
That is what I was. That is what I'm actually doing.
No.
Cool. Matt,
What do you have to say, Matt?
what do you have to say?
Actually,
for
there's been an
yourself?
issue that's been coming up recently with my friend group. Is when you're at a dinner party, the last thing that you want to tell the room is that you might have to go have horrible diarrhea.
Yeah.
That's not something that you really
speak
want
for yourself.
to.
It's almost
Go ahead.
$4,000 worth of a problem that you would have to accept.
It really
Yeah,
is. And so
on.
I thought it might be for a public service
Yeah.
for me to come up with a different way that you can announce to the group that you actually have diarrhea
Okay.
without having to ruin the dinner party by saying the word.
So Matt has
Diarrhea.
taken it upon himself as a public service to try to figure out other more socially acceptable or less embarrassing ways to let everyone know that you have got the splatters en route.
That's exactly right. So I've narrowed it down. I did a survey. These are the three options that we can that we could use. If
Go
someone
ahead.
could say, prompt me with, "Hey Matt, how are you feeling?"
Hey, Matt. How you feeling?
Pretty good, but this food sure is making her way downtown. That's option number one.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Perfect.
Is that
So
it's
by-
like a duck that just got
so
sat
we
on.
had the first choice. So we didn't talk about this at all.
We
but
sure didn't.
That's
It's
amazing.
funny. It's always around the corner, so to speak.
So that's one
So to
option
speak.
that you could sing to the group
Is this on?
by Vanessa Carlton. The next one, if someone prompts me with the
Of course.
With the fart noise? Oh,
Matt, how are you feeling?
pretty good, but this food's making me think I'm gonna have to go into a place nearby. I gotta go by Backstreet Boys. That would be an easy way to say that I in fact have diarrhea.
yeah. I mean, that's
Yeah, I got one more.
And
go.
there's another.
Yeah,
and
you gotta
the other
eke
one
one
that
out.
was, and I want you guys to choose maybe what you would use in your own life.
Okay.
The last one that the survey said was,
Oh,
there it comes.
and you want to cue him up, Brendan?
Yep. Oh, hey, how you feeling there, Matt?
good, but I think I'm gonna have to go hoist up the John B. sail by the Backstreet Boys. Beach Boys. Beach Boys.
You're right. So
There was an honorable mention there as well from Katy Perry's It's Coming At Me Like a Dark Horse.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that would work too.
Well-
I think depends on like the depends on that for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I think those are some fun options to
I agree.
save the dinner party.
Thanks, Matt.
Do you need a minute, or it sounds like something's
Sorry?
going on?
Are you okay, Matt?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Are we trying to tell us? Wow. Wow. So,
Let's talk politics,
oh
folks.
wow, I've got gas too. That's
So,
wow.
Kings, what?
Is it- we good? We got it.
We got it all out of our
No
system.
Coke Zero vanilla for you.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
I've
God.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
I haven't had enough of you two. I love you
that's
guys.
cute.
So glad that you're
Oh.
here. How was
Yeah.
your audition today?
It was good. It was fun. Pretty straightforward. See like a lot of familiar faces, and it's always fun to be like, oh my god, it's you. It's not that surprising. It's the same people. It's like it really is.
Right.
Like it's nice to see people, but it's not like a real surprise.
Yeah, it's like they eventually just become your coworkers because you see them so often.
Yeah. Well, that's like pre-COVID. The audition room was the watering hole. Was the little like where we'd all go and meet and talk and chat. It does happen from time to time now, but like far less. So I guess that's why it's nice to see people, because it's like otherwise we're sending tapes into the void, and
we sure are.
That's just what happens. Yeah. No, but I was on
into
set
the void
on Friday, and it was what can I say? I was on set recently, and take two, and rolling, and we're rolling. The podcast starts now. Yeah, it was not the best experience because this
we
overall,
love bad
like they're
set
all pretty
stories.
good. Well, yeah, it was they're kind of few and far between. Overall, it's like pretty good so far. But this director didn't ever say hi to anyone really. Just kind of came in. We're just kind of out there and just on their marks. And he just sort of came out of the tent and just started sort of yelling things. And like the one we all united on how we had no fucking clue what was happening the entire day. Anyone.
Yeah,
like
those
crew,
are rough.
Cast, like we all got along, thank God, and like we're all like in this together. If we're stuck, if you're stuck with like crew or cast that like kind of rough, then that makes it even harder. But generally, everyone is pretty great. And at one point, I think he had something against me, because he comes
the director.
Yeah, like I wasn't getting what they were doing, but of course, if we're never told what we're doing, I don't know what the fucking vibe is or what we're trying to do here, and they're trying to get the frame and everything. And eventually he comes out of his tent and he walks over to me, he points to me, he goes, "You, beard guy, look that way."
Oh no, thank you.
Oh, okay. That's a nice
beard guy.
You beard guy, look that way.
Like, were you yoking?
And that was
you were yoking too much out to try to get face shown or something, or were you just there?
I'm assuming they want us all to be in the frame, but I don't know what the frame is. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know what like the vibe, because it's supposed to be chaotic one point, and then we all arrive together and like it's fine. So I just don't like, at no point are we told any specifics about it. And then yet another point, they were like, the guy was like, "You suit guy, like you're doing too much. Bring it down." I'm like,
what the fuck?
I'm just like, suit guy and beard guy. At least like couldn't even keep the names
was
correct.
He
Alec
Baldwin from Glenn Ross directing this
or
commercial?
just Alec Baldwin talking to his daughters?
Yeah, I guess is what it's like. I was like,
or Alec Baldwin talking to his wife,
or a stewardess.
Yeah, it clearly was what it was like.
Photographer. Yeah.
It was very strange to be like
that's rough.
Referred to that. And it was like, and also doing too much. It was like I don't know what the tone. Like you just told us to be chaotic. We're also supposed to be having fun. Also, there's no fucking audio in this anyway, so we're all just pretending to be. It was very confusing. Like rarely am I ever told something like that. Where I was like, but in this specific instance, I had no fucking clue what was happening, and neither did anyone. But he was like singling me out, and it was like this. It just felt like you're like
a grumpy director is like
the dunce in the class who just keeps fucking up.
It's rare. Like normally these people are very nice, but
generally speaking,
it was just like we're all just like literally just kind of set pieces being moved around, and he. Yeah, it was like, it's not the best feeling when you're just like total.
No, that's no fun at all.
Piece of shit.
But, yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah,
you getting text messages there, Matt? Your shit blowing up, huh, Mr. Popular?
Yeah, I'm a big popular guy.
Yeah,
I'll get over it.
Come on, read your texts out loud.
No, I can't. I honestly cannot.
Can you describe that photo that you got just now? Then
what is that?
No, just kidding.
Oh, it's Grimace's penis.
Yeah,
it's Grimace's the tongue's penis.
No.
What I was doing, I was checking because the worst director I've had, but that was a similar experience, and so I was just on the DL until you ruined it.
Sorry.
No, I was just asking Brendan if it was the same director.
No, different person.
Fair.
Yeah, I was like, I almost wanted to, I couldn't remember their name, and it was just like, I want to find out who it is, so I just like explicitly don't work with them again because I just don't want.
That's too
just don't want to put up with this person. It's just like fucking.
Are you telling people about your upcoming movement?
I guess I could. Yeah, I mean, it's in terms of like.
Not that
I got
movement.
It.
Yeah,
that was it.
No.
I just gotta eke one out.
Do you know this? Brendan's maybe. We don't have to talk about it.
Oh no! Oh yeah. I think so.
Well, we can. We might as well. Like, I don't, because just I don't have any like exact timing. Maybe because I don't know exactly, but I do have a good idea. What's that? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You're
you're moving to LA.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I have the legal ability to work there now. However, recent political events might
Such as?
bring. So I don't know, like stuff.
You mean the Canadian election?
Yeah, that's the one.
The only thing I've
They're
been
just
reading
like-
about is the price of the Nintendo Switch 2. So
Yeah,
I have
that
no
was
idea
it.
what's going
And
on.
then the iPhone might be delayed a little bit. Too.
Oh, fuck.
That's all that I know about. That's
Man, remember when new iPhones came out and they were like monumentally better than the previous
Yes.
one? And now
Now
they're
they're-
so like...
We have them in green.
Yeah, that's it. They're just like change colors and they.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I was there a few weeks ago to kind of suss out the situation, and I had already booked a flight prior to that I had to move again because like 2 days after I booked my flight in January, the fire started, and I was like,
Dude, rough
maybe
couple years for Los Angeles.
not
like
the best
really,
time. Yeah.
really brutal.
just
yeah.
awful, and I didn't feel like I'd be down there like, hey guys, this is rough, but can we
Yeah.
talk about this guy over
Yeah.
here? Maybe not the right
Hey,
timing.
the Canadian has arrived.
yeah, exactly. That's what our-
We're nice to you, so
I'm here. Work, please.
Yeah.
open your fucking doors
Yeah.
for me now.
Yeah, so I was like, maybe we'll hold this off. For
And I
now,
didn't ask
but
you
it's
anything
okay.
about Firefly Lane. It was 5 seasons total, right?
2 seasons.
Yeah,
Close.
That's Danny Mac's awful podcast,
Yeah,
folks.
Available
All
everywhere
the
you
research,
get podcasts.
yeah.
This is the one time I didn't pull up an actor's IMDb and just start reading their credits off on the pod, which is very rude and actors don't like. So,
Yes.
but maybe I should have done it this time.
It's fine. It's fine. No, they did, to maybe some of the confusion, they split up the second season into 2 parts, and it got a little more mileage out of it that way. No, that was a fun. It was a fun time. It was a really great fun time.
Cool.
Yeah, to be on a show and to kind of be peppered in and with all these cool peeps, and I don't know, getting to like improv stuff and being told by like writers that like they liked what I did and like that they found places and parts to put
That's
me
the
in the
best,
thing, and
yeah.
that is the best. Is like when like something that you have done has like prompted someone's idea to like put you more in the thing that they're writing.
I was
That's
on
kinda like
Rise of the Pink Ladies. Like most of my scenes were with Jackie Hoffman, and she's like a Second City Groundlings legend.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she came
yeah.
up with Carell and Colbert and all those guys. So they just knew she's going to be improvising a lot in her
Yeah.
scenes, and like all my scenes are with her. So
Yeah.
all my scenes have us improving in them. That like
Yeah.
like there's
Fantastic.
almost no scenes that I'm in that show where like we didn't just like shit something out in the moment and they ended up keeping it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. There were a few moments where I knew I kind of had the button to the scene, and I'm gonna keep. If your camera's rolling, like I'm gonna fucking.
How
show some
often
stuff.
my percentage of auditions that I do for film and TV where I add a button at the end, it's like 99%.
Yep.
Like I never just go out on the last word on the page. And if it pisses someone off, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
And it might,
I will say, like, the people ask me of like a thing that like maybe allows me to book more than
'Cause you guys
others, and I will
coach
say
actors as
yeah,
well, right?
I've
All
run
these-
some workshops and I coach privately and stuff too. But then people always ask like if there's one thing or what can I do, and I'm always improv.
Yeah.
Improv literally books most of the things.
Yeah,
that
I would
do
agree.
because it shows if you do it well. You show that you like not only are like creative and maybe funny, but also that you get the broad gist of the entire.
Yeah,
that's
the
word.
right button shows that you are a collaborator who
Yes.
understands the tone.
Yes.
So it's like I can bring stuff to the table, but
Exactly.
it's not going to piss off the client.
Yeah, and you
100%,
show that you have like a grasp on it that you're able to do more if they ask, but you're also not stepping on the toes of the writer and showing that you're better.
And there
It's
is
like
a sweet
fine
spot
line.
of
There is,
there's
yeah.
like literally a couple words too much, and
Yeah.
it's like
Oh, it's
ooh,
well, then you
I'm
take it
taking
and make it
over.
about you versus about the scene or the story.
Yeah.
To make it as full as possible to show that you can live in the world, and then if they give you like an off the cuff direction that you could probably incorporate it somehow.
Yeah.
Is I think everything.
Yeah, this job I just did the week prior was a lower budget thing, but it was like basically 7 spots in one for this sort of abstract thing of these like personified like data for like a software company, and like all these people represented the different types and stuff like that. I don't know if I can talk about that, but sure. But anyways, I like played the sort of.
I got great news for you. No one is listening to this.
That's great. I don't know why I'm so concerned about that, but it's probably not a problem. But no, I basically played the sort of Michael Scott character of this like office place, because it all takes place in an office, except the opposite being where like Michael Scott is incompetent and everyone's trying to do their job. Like I'm the only one doing my job and everyone else is incompetent. So I was like dealing with all these people just trying to figure out, hey, can you guys just?
So you're like the Leslie Knope.
Yes, exactly. And I was the Leslie Knope, and I was like, yeah, it was just fun because the director was like super open. The script was already super funny, but also like anything I could throw in at the end, they would keep. And just every take, I would just like try different things. And
I did a commercial once where the
super fun.
The director was in a bad mood, but he still wanted like funny improv. So he'd be like, "Do one of those things at the end. Keep saying that. Like you do stuff at the end sometimes, and it's funny. Do it again."
Yeah,
because I like didn't do a button one time,
Jesus.
and then I kept giving him options, and he's like, "No, the other. Go back to the other one." He's like yelling at me, and he's like, "That one was funny."
Yeah,
that's the one, and I'm like,
it's a lot of pressure. You put on yourself too. If you keep like giving them a goal, and you're like, I got nothing right now.
It's brutal too, especially when you know it's a quick day. Like when we did our Lotto Max commercial, we were throwing stuff in.
Hold for applause. Hold for applause.
No. That's the one.
That's the one.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It was great because we had already worked together a couple of times on other projects, and so we knew each other's rhythms a little bit. But it was
every
great because
groove and the curvature of each other's
every vein. It was exploratory,
every weird, curious bump.
But there was a thunderstorm that rolled through that delayed it by about 2 hours, and then so we had to move super fast. But it was great because that director, shout out to Matt Atkinson.
Yeah, he's awesome,
phenomenal.
What's that movie he directed with? Forget it. It's going to take too long for me to look it up.
Fair enough.
Matt Atkinson's great. We like you.
The loveliest.
Right.
But he was down to let us improvise, do our own buttons, our own kind of like weird reactions to things, and it just helped the day zip through.
Yeah.
And then they got everything they needed. We got our little funny little dum-dums in there, and
I will say like they don't. Sometimes they don't go for the things because it's just a little too far.
Right.
But they have them, which is fun. And like, so it is really like my goal in almost every job that I do is to like in the final product, see a frame or a moment or even a look or like ideally a line or something that like I got to bring to that.
And that's really strange for me because earlier before we started recording, you said your goal was just to kiss everybody on the mouth.
Yeah. And
he succeeded.
It is. Before we started rolling,
this
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it still worked.
I'm not drinking the Cherry Coke Zero, but I got a taste of it. I'll tell you that much.
You got it. You got that stuff. But I did have a like in one of the first episodes we shot on Firefly. Like I would do that often because on
Netflix.
Now
Stream all
streaming
episodes on
Netflix.
Yeah, go do it now.
Streaming 2, part 2.
Go look at Brendan.
And
Jason McKinnon's in that too.
Jason McKinnon's
That's
in
awesome.
That too. I would because this character is not necessarily a comedy, but there's some comedic parts. But my character sort of was a comedic relief character, so I'm like, I'm gonna take this role and run with it. Also, from first season to second season, like they did a whole big kind of changeover of the behind the scenes people and stuff, and like the cast were like kind of the only people who were still in it.
Crazy.
So then
that's
I was
weird.
like, so then like all the more reason I'm just gonna try more shit.
Yeah.
Because like I'm the authority on my character because I've been
awesome.
here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of cool. Like it just like, what, I'm just gonna like do this and they can take it or leave it in the end, which allowed me to do more stuff. But like one of the scenes,
new wardrobe's like your character wore an "I love eating pussy" T-shirt. And you're like, yeah, man, this is
it.
It's not mine from home.
It was in the last like I wore it every episode. You saw it, so you better keep it in. No, but like I one of the first scenes we shot back where I'm like running up and I interrupt this like fight / romantic moment with like two leads, Sarah Chalk and Ben Lawson, and we're in like a hot springs in like the middle of a forest, and it's like this teeny tiny little pool, and I like my character's kind of a little slow, a little like kind of dumb or whatever, but and I'm with this other kind of bright, bubbly new character, and so like Sarah's character like has an argument with Ben and she storms out and leaves, and then like Ben leaves her, and then I jump in the pool and like I'm just kind of there and I just go, Marco, as if I'm like we're in this like teeny tiny little like pool that is, and start to, because I just want to start playing Marco Polo.
I like that.
And this teeny tiny pool, and they just ended up keeping it in the whole
They'd
sort
be
of
fools
thing,
not
and it
to
was
keep
fun.
that
It was like
in.
it was like a fun little like teeny
tension
dumb
breaker.
little tension moment.
It's so great to play a dumb guy.
It's great.
I was in an acting class once, and the teacher was like critiquing a student, and he's like, "But you want to be good at your job. I understand that it's a comedy, but there's nothing funny about someone who's bad at their job." And I'm like, "Yeah, there's nothing funny about Homer Simpson, the funniest character who's ever been on television." You know, and I just had like 90 examples instantly where I was
That
like,
was $75 well spent, I think.
"Yeah, that's right." Who do you think's the best dumb guy?
I mean, there's a lot of dumb guys out there.
I think Chris Pratt in Parks and Rec is like
Yes.
on my Mount Rushmore of like dumb guy characters.
He is quite great.
He's really good in that. When he's trying to like he's showing someone something on a TV, and it's like it's not one of those TVs, but he takes out a Sharpie and he circles like on like a full like a plasma screen. He's like evidence exhibit A or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty funny among many other moments. Yeah.
There's, I mean, Charlie Day on.
Oh yeah, Charlie Day. Yeah.
I think my most influential one to me, he wasn't necessarily a dumb guy, just an incompetent guy, is the sheriff of Rottingham in Men in Tights, the movie. Robin of Men in Tights.
Wasn't that played by that's not Lewis Black's character, was it?
No. He's an
Was
English.
Lewis Black even in that movie?
He's an English actor. He passed away a little while ago, unfortunately, but he was so committed to the absurdity of like he spoke wrong, he'd mix up sentences and have to like, correct himself.
On that note, while you look it up, I gotta say, not even just as a Canadian, but Ricky from Trailer Park Boys is like preposterously, quotably dumb and funny.
Yeah.
When he's trying to say that like a building was engulfed in flames, he was like, flames were golfing off the roof. There was just golfing everywhere. And what's the one with Ontario in it? Worst case Ontario. Yeah, worst case Ontario.
I still say it's not a rocket appliance.
It's not a rocket appliance. You don't own space, do you? No, NASA does. So what do you know? Yeah.
This actor's name is Roger Reese.
Roger.
He's this guy.
Can I see a photo of this?
You'd know him to see him. But he...
Let's see your phone
Let's
here.
show the audience.
Oh, it's a picture of your dick, Matt.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
You don't call your dick Roger Reese? An old English actor?
He just died?
He died a little while ago.
I don't know.
Oh, wow. Ended on a fucking downer.
But he played... Man, he's so bright and committed in his idiocy. As like he tries to be really like the guy, but he can't be not as suave as Robin Hood, but he commits so hard to the dumbness.
So hard.
This is a terrible podcast.
This is yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna ask an honest question. Here's a heartfelt answer.
We're at the point where we keep going for another like 40, or we stop now.
Yeah.
We should probably stop.
I mean, we probably should. No. Ty Burrell is great.
Oh yeah,
he's kind of the perfect.
He's like competent dumb. He's sort of like
He's just.
I don't know if
so good,
like George Costanza-esque. Like George isn't dumb, but he's
incompetent.
He's I don't know. No, he's just a liar. I wouldn't qualify George. He's just a pathological liar, and that it's
the people who like who
optimistic
who think that
Steve
they're great.
Carell in
Steve
the Office.
Carell,
Carell in the Office,
and even watching like old like Pink Panther, like Peter Sellers, that kind of thing. He's like he thinks he's great. He's just fucking terrible.
That's exactly
Lieutenant Frank Drebin, all that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the new fucking Police Squad. Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
If they fuck it up, I'll be sad. But like
I will be too, but Liam Neeson is fucking funny.
Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson are like perfect choices for that style of comedy. And if it's bad, there will still be like the jokes that work in it. Like it won't be a total like the whole thing's not worth watching. If it's bad, there will be like that one part was very funny though, or like you'll
much
still
like the original movies.
Yeah.
Not every joke worked, but like I'm looking forward to it. I've watched them again recently.
A Million Ways to Die in the West was tremendous.
Oh, was it? I never saw it.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, McFarlane's a big fan.
And so him doing that in the actual inspiration genre. Like
speaking of McFarlane, I had this dumb theory that I was stupid enough to voice out loud, and it's because I can do a few impressions from Family Guy, and then I was like, if I can do one of the voices, shouldn't I be able to manipulate my voice box to do any voice that Seth MacFarlane can do? Like, and people are like, no, because your range is not within his range necessarily. But I was convinced for a while that's because I could do a Peter Griffin. I'm like, well, I should be able to do Stewie and Brian and Quagmire. Like, I should be able to do everyone if I can do Peter Griffin.
Hey, Danny, prove it. That's a good Peter.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Quagmire. Hold on. Lois. Shut up, Meg. I gotta like talk for a little bit to get it going, but yeah.
Okay, so then wait. That was a good Peter Griffin.
Okay.
Let's hear your Quagmire.
Oh fuck. What is Hey, Peter. No. Already, I hate
Not
it.
bad.
Giggity.
Brian. God, I hate you so much, Brian. He's like a little nasalier, but yeah. The giggity. Like that is like easier, but like him just normally talking. I used to be able to do Cleveland, but I'm the proprietor of this delicatessen. But then I got shitty at it.
Let's hear Stewie.
Stewie, you gonna put that in your novel? You gonna put that in your novel when you do gonna write it later? That's just me doing the bit. I'm not really sure I'm actually doing Stewie. My girlfriend can do Lois pretty good. Peter. The horse is here, or whatever she says. I don't know. She's got
that famous line, the horse is
here. I also don't know why she says that one.
That was good.
That's basically whose leg you gotta hump to get a dry martini around here, but of Lois's line.
Very good.
And then Chris is like, hey, Dad, I'm masturbating a lot.
Is that Chris or RFK?
It's RFK as Buffalo Bill from
Buffalo Bill doing Chris from Family Guy.
Which Seth
Combo
Green
impression.
says is he started doing Buffalo Bill and then it just like turned into Chris. But
Hilarious.
But I
funny.
think and I always thought Stewie was Hannibal Lecter, and people were like, "Who's Stewie supposed to be?" And I'm like, he's clearly doing Hannibal. Like his posture and his hair is slicked back. And,
yeah.
and he's like kind of British. He's got like the transatlantic accent, but not really. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What other impressions am I bad at?
Marge Simpson. Let's hear your famous Marge Simpson.
Homie. Homie. I don't want the kids seeing violence like this. And then Homer goes, "Yeah, Marge, it's good for them." Right? My favorite bit is when they play hockey.
Sure.
They play hockey and Homer's like, "So are you a Marge?" Or he's like, "So Marge, are you a Lisa man or a Bart man?" And she's like, Homer, you wouldn't like if the kids played favorites with us. And then the kids skate up and they're like, "Mom, hey Mom, hi." And Homer goes, "Hi kids." He's not talking to him at all. What Simpsons jokes do you guys like? Yeah, we officially...
It's just so many. The show, I realized how lucky I was growing up. Speaking of like comedy influences, like the golden era.
Were you
of The
allowed
Simpsons.
to watch Simpsons household?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No, you weren't.
You weren't?
Not even a little bit. No, I started watching it when I was 13, probably. Because my parents thought it was one thing, and then they watched it and go, "This is fine."
Yeah.
I did that too. When South Park came out, the world lit on fire. Every parent was angry. And my mom let me watch whatever I wanted as long as I didn't like get arrested or whatever. And then I was like, we just had a conversation about it. And I'm like, well, let's watch an episode together. I can't remember whose idea it was, mine or hers. And I don't know why either of us agreed to it. But we watched an episode of South Park. And at the end, I was like, I thought my mom would just be like, "This is utter fucking trash and you can't watch this." But she was like, one joke in particular I thought was of poor taste. And I was like, "Which one?" And there's like a character named Haffy who didn't have legs. And there was like a running joke for like 3 episodes in the first season where they're like, Haffy would say something poignant and the town would be quiet and there'd be a comedic beat and they'd go, "Your opinion doesn't count, Haffy. You don't have any legs." And he'd be like, "Oh, right, forgot." And then he'd like shuffle away. And my mom's like, "That was just unnecessarily cruel." And I'm like, she's right.
I mean, I think
she got me
I
on
honestly think
that
the
one.
cruelest part of that story is you said it was a running joke.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's pretty.
I got to see.
Speaking of runs,
Yeah. I got to see all the things, the Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy, like that. If you go back and watch that shit, it is like it pushing the limit of like
it's a lot.
like
Every
all the
Cartoon
gross
Network
humor
show-
and like all the swearing and I mean just real inappropriate shit that
Yeah.
like children should not be watching. And I watched all of it and then
I love that animation of Ren and Stimpy. So I didn't really watch it growing up at all.
Close-ups when things get really gross.
Yeah.
Like, all the hairs. and
SpongeBob
stuff.
really like took that
Yes.
and ran
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
Ren and Stimpy ran so SpongeBob could run faster. I fucked that.
Oh, Patrick.
Oh, that's pretty
That was
good.
yeah.
Is that Patrick? That's the.
That's all
you
I
got
got.
anything
That was-
else?
Patrick.
No, that's.
I don't think so. What does he say? I don't know. What's a iconic SpongeBob line?
quote? All right, I'm gonna head out. No, that's a meme. No, he doesn't actually say that. Yeah.
Does he say that? I don't know.
No, I feel like SpongeBob lives in like
Oh, we're here in the house right now, and we're having a great time.
I like that. I think that's good.
I had a Coke Zero!
Yeah, he's riled up. You have to help me with a self-tape.
Do
You
I?
have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I get to be a D-bag crypto guy.
Oh.
What a reach.
Nice.
Okay, that's nice.
That sounds exciting.
Ew, he slayed me on that one. We got
Well.
anything to plug, or are we all unemployed actors right now?
What do you got?
I've already plugged everything that's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes
you
peeled for
plug-
our Lotto Max commercials.
Yeah,
Still
it's
airing.
still
right
on
now.
the TV.
Hell yeah, brother.
I am working on a video game coming up, which is
Oh.
exciting.
Really?
Yeah.
Doing some voice?
Yeah, some voice
Do
work.
mocap or just voice?
Just voice. I wish it was mocap as well. That'd be so much
Me
fun.
too.
cool.
I got to see that body with little balls on it.
Yeah. Get any
Again,
pictures?
the worst podcast.
Can you say anything about the game?
I actually don't know anything about it.
Billy Saves the World 2.
The only that's right.
That's our friend's game.
The only thing I do know about it is I will be speaking a very particular language.
Oh, you got to
That's-
learn like a
That's-
Klingon type thing or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
that's
And
cool.
so that's gonna be super fun.
Nice.
Do you already speak it?
No,
Oh.
not at all. Don't tell them.
Right.
Don't tell them.
It's too late.
Oh.
Yeah, we should probably let him know.
Make up your own gibberish and then
Yeah, it'd be fine.
say it's Avatar language.
That's
Sure.
exciting.
I'll just be the Swedish chef the whole time.
Yeah. Watch the accents, though.
Yeah. The
can't
Skarsgårds
get
are going to
canceled.
come at you fucking hard for
What are
that.
they,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
giant fit giants? I'm not worried.
Hey,
You should be careful.
which Skarsgård was in Succession?
Pete,
That was
Pete?
Pizza,
Pete's a Skarsgård. Now, wait a minute.
Bill,
Kevin
Barry,
Skarsgård?
Barry Skarsgård.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Hugh Bear Skarsgård.
Oh, I believe it was Joaquin Skarsgård.
yeah. That was the one.
Whatever. He was fucking
Skars.
great.
Yeah,
in
the
that,
True Blood guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Alexander
Yeah,
Skarsgård, right?
yeah
Is
that's what
it
I said.
Alexander? It was Alexander.
Pizza. It's the same name.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. It's
same
it's
thing.
Swedish pronunciation.
I think it's really impressive how we ran out of shit to talk about 45 minutes ago, yet we're
Yeah.
still recording,
Yeah.
and someone is still listening to this.
We still got.
It's me.
Plenty to say.
I'm listening to this later to see what you edited out.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
what
see
I'm
what we.
listening
I'm really over editing this thing.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it's over edited. You can tell, folks, by the runtime.
It's just going to end up being a trailer for the whole podcast.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't get a chance?
I mean,
We can also save it for next time you're on. Because
Sure.
do you want to
could
come
do-
back? Did you have fun? Did you like
I did
it?
have fun. Do you want me to come back? I'll come back.
Yeah, I want you.
I
I
wanna-
want you to.
Yeah,
want you
I feel
to.
like
I
we
want
could
you to.
do some like dinner theater or
Well,
something.
Maybe
Can we try
before you go to LA.
that? Yeah. So I'm going to. I'm going there. I'm going to try my hand and dip my toes into that butter.
That's regular nomenclature. I said that yesterday.
Try my hand and dip my toes into that butter.
yeah,
That's
it's a common saying.
Yeah. That's
look,
what Harvey
it's-
Weinstein would say. If you want this part, you got to
Yeah.
dip your toes in the butter
Yeah.
first. Yeah.
It's what they say there. Okay. Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't lived in LA before, so we wouldn't know that that's what they say there.
No,
that's,
this is-
that's an insider scoop.
Just Ronan Farrow taught us that. That's
They
the
just-
only way I
That's
know.
all
They
it-
just
that's all
it
I
came
know.
from the set of Last Tango in Paris. But
Wait,
yeah,
you directed
down
that
there.
one?
yeah. What's that?
Have fun down there.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Be
I'm.
safe.
Let us
Yeah,
know.
it's gonna
You're our
be crazy.
you're our canary in the coal mine. for
I
that.
know.
Can you
It's-
just
I'm
make
gonna-
it big and then hire us and stuff?
I will definitely do that.
Thanks.
I will.
Like once
Do
you hit
that.
500 pounds, just fucking hire me.
Yeah, that's
That's the goal.
where I'm. That's
Yeah.
that's the goal. No, it's gonna be. I don't know that I'm doing this kind of all on my own and just trying to like just give it a shot and with everything that I got and I just
Okay,
I'm rapping.
8 Mile. Do you have to?
I'm just like, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better.
I don't know if you should start your thing down there saying "Don't miss your chance to blow." I don't think that's the way to start your career.
No?
down there.
Speaking of
I
blowing,
don't you got to grease those doors, man. That
all right, everyone, be safe out there.
you got to chew your food, man.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Oh, open a window, Peter. Okay, bye. Goodbye.
Okay,
You
bye-bye.
shouldn't be listening to this. Shame
Don't
on
listen.
you, whoever you are.
Goodbye.